Hey my fairy friends, it's Melissa from Fairy Door Designs. If you followed along in our last video, we painted this cute bunny on the back of this door. In this video, we're going to paint the front of the door. I've started out by mixing white and brown together to create a soft brown. I'm going to use this for my first layer of color for the front of the door. I'm adding this color everywhere on the door, except for the crossbars and the door handle. I've sped the video up here while I do the first layer. I like to take my time while I paint. I've done the middle and the bottom of the door, now just to complete the top. I really like the heart cut out at the top. I think it's a super sweet touch to our fairy door. Now that I've finished the first layer, I'm going to take a slightly darker shade of brown and add it to my door. I'm using just the tip of the brush to draw vertical lines on my door. I don't want to completely cover my lighter shade of brown, and I want to try to add a bit of texture to this layer. I'm going to continue to do this for each of the wood panels on my front door. As we continue painting, you can see the lighter shade of brown is still visible. This is exactly what I wanted. Now just to finish this color on the last panel. Now to just touch up some of the spots on the door. Great, I think this is starting to look really good. I still think we need a bit more detail on our door though. I'm going to add some dark brown to the top of our door. I'm using a slightly smaller brush, making those same vertical lines on the door. I'm hoping to give it a bit more texture and depth. I'm going to continue doing this for all the panels on the door. Awesome, now that we've finished with that shade of brown, I'm going to take some black and add it to our fairy door, in hopes to give it a slightly more weathered look. I'm using a fine tip brush here, as I don't want the black to be too overpowering on our fairy door. I'm using gentle vertical strokes to add in the detail. I'm going to do this to all of the wood panels on the door. almost finished with this layer, you can see I've added slightly more black to the bottom of the door. This is to make it hopefully look a little bit more worn. I'm going to use the same color to paint the lines in between the wood panels. I've brought the door closer to the camera so you can see this fine level of detail. I think our door is really starting to come together. What's left now is for us to paint the crossbars and the door handle. I'm going to use a fine tip brush and some golden yellow to paint these last bits of our fairy door. I'm going to take my time as I want to make sure I stay within the lines while I paint this small area. We've painted the top crossbar, so now it's onto the bottom. Let's go ahead and paint the door handle this color as well. Wonderful, we're almost done. The last little bit of detail I'd like to add to the door is to use my black and outline those crossbars and the door handle. I'm using my fine tip brush for this as well, to create nice thin lines. Let's also outline all those rivets on the crossbar. Let's do the same thing for the door handle, outlining it in black. Thanks for sticking with me this long. We're almost there, just the last crossbar to finish. I'm really happy with how the front of this door has turned out. I think it'll blend in nicely in our fairy forest. I hope whoever finds this door in the forest and opens it is pleasantly surprised by the cute bunny on the inside. If you've yet to watch part 1, where we paint this bunny, head over to our YouTube channel, Fairy Door Designs, and check it out. Thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions on what we should paint next, leave a comment on the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more Fairy Door Designs.